template, do what the year 9 would do, and then at that point you can either solve simultaneous equations by comparing coefficients, or you can just say, forget the fact that it's always got to be equal. If it's always got to be equal, it's got to be equal for special values, and then pick some special values that lead to some super nice equations. They usually come from trying to make the brackets equal to 0. Do you want to see another example, or are you good? Okay? Just before does anyone want to see another example? Okay? And before we move on, I'm just going to tell you that sometimes you need a special template. Now, I'm well impressed if you can work out why, because I have investigated this many a time, and I can't quite work out why it doesn't work. I can see that it doesn't work, but I've never been able to put my finger on why it doesn't and why the fix works. Okay? Now, the first time you ever do this, you think, oh, I know, a good template will be this. Oh, whoops. Yeah? And that is flawed. You try and make that work, you just can't get it to work. Okay? So, the clever cats of of the mathematical world, found that if you get a repeated factor, you should set it up as follows. You should set it up as just A over the non-repeated factor, then B over the other factor, non-powered, and then C over the other one squared. Okay, it's probably not so clear what I'm doing there, but let's say this was the question. Let's say you had this absolute beast. The template for that is this. Check it out. A over x plus 1 plus B over x plus 1 squared plus C over x minus 4 plus D over x minus 4 squared. Gee, I hope you don't get this one. E over x minus 4 to the power of 3 plus F over x minus 4 to the power of 4. Isn't that awful? So basically, if you see a repeated factor via a power, you have to lay down all these factors from that down to a power of 0. Absolute hell. You never get one as bad as that, but that's what you have to do. Is it clear what I'm actually doing there? Okay, so they're horrible, those ones. And I will give a massive prize to anyone who could make a better template than that work, but I've never succeeded, and nor has anyone else. So that's why you have to do this. Okay? Now, for goodness sake, try and spot improper fractions. Okay? If I gave you this, you do not need to get started yet. Okay? If the degree of that is higher than the degree of that, you can try and factorize in order to cancel some factors, or you can just divide this by this, and then it will make your process easier. Okay, so I'm saying whenever you see the degree higher in the numerator than in the denominator, just do a little quick division at the start, and it'll save you a bit of time. And that's it. You've actually done all of chapter 1 now, just with that. Okay, it's all pretty samey, to be honest. Is everyone cool? Anyone want to ask anything? Want to see another example? Okay.